Didn't catch Raw? No sweat. Catch up in a few minutes with Bobby Monsoon. 215. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get right into it. Raw in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It starts off with Liv Mogan. She comes out starting off Raw, continuing her Liv Mogan revenge tour. She cuts a promo, and after a few minutes of being in, Dominik Mysterio comes out. Now, this storyline has been very hot online, getting 40, 50 million views. Dominik tells Liv, like, yo, I don't know what you're doing, I don't know what you're up to, but when mommy finds out, when mommy gets better, when she gets 100%, she's gonna kill you. And Liv Mogan says, that's cool, that might be true, but she's gonna kill you too. So they have a little interesting dynamic going back and forth now. Liv Mogan, she goes on to explain, like, yo, man, I told Rhea Ripley that I'm going to take everything from her. And when I said everything, I mean everything. So she's backing up Dominik into the corner, feeling on her. Finn Balor comes out, runs out from backstage, and essentially cock blocks. That's what we call that. Finn Balor cock blocks on Dominik Mysterio right when she's about to get some loving from Liv Mogan. He steps in front and says, no, chill, man, leave him alone, he's good, man, what are you doing? And that segment ends off, man, this storyline is hot. I know a lot of people are kind of like a little bit flustered that Raw started off with this storyline, but you gotta understand, they're looking at the numbers, they're looking at the analytics, they're looking at the engagements. Like I said, 30, 40, 50 million views following this storyline. This is a hot storyline, I'm trying to tell you right now. So WWE starting to show off with it. I have no complaints at all. And I think when mommy comes back, it's going to be hell to pay. Next, we got Sheamus. Sheamus backstage. He cuts a promo on Ludwig Kaiser saying, man, the only respect you get from me is if you have banger after banger after banger. So he's coming out to the ring only to get attacked by Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser is attacking the knee, and you know, Sheamus is selling the knee, and I like this beef right here. Ludwig Kaiser, he's a great worker. Sheamus, first ballot Hall of Famer. They have a solid match. It's physical too. This was a pretty good match. I'm not even gonna lie. If it was boring, if I needed to shit on it, trust me, I would not be hesitating. This was a pretty good match. It was physical. Ludwig Kaiser, he was targeting the knee the most of the match. Very physical, very intense, very high energy match. Ludwig Kaiser sneaks away with the win though, so this was one of the biggest wins of his career, and I'm glad that Ludwig Kaiser's getting respect put on his name. He's not just jobbing, he's not just losing all over the place. He beat Sheamus, a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's not just Gunther ring announcer. This man could work in the ring, 0% body fat, cut a hell of a promo. Next, you got Finn Balor and Dragon Lee. Finn Balor and Dragon Lee, this is another good match. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of surprised. I was so prepared for a lackluster show from Raw, but surprisingly, Dragon Lee, Finn Balor had never been on Raw before, so they had a good match, a good back and forth, a lot of high flying, a lot of off the buckles, a lot of innovating moves. These are two great workers in the ring. Now, of course, Carlito comes out and interferes in the match. It's basically a 3-on-1 match. I didn't understand why LWO wasn't out with Dragon Lee. You know Dragon Lee is going against Finn Balor, which means at least JD McDonough's gonna be in there trying to help him out. You know what I mean? But LWO let Dragon Lee go out there solo. It essentially was a 3-versus-1. Chad Gable and Sami Zayn segment now. Sami Zayn, he starts off, he coming out, he's talking about how, man, since I won the Intercontinental title, Chad Gable been a thorn in my ass, man. Let's settle this. Let's end the feud once and for all, one-on-one. You know how Sami Zayn get. Now he asks Chad Gable to comes out. The music hits, but it's not Chad Gable. It's the Alpha Academy. Maxine, Tozawa, and Otis. Maxine is leading the way, reading off a note card saying, look, man, Chad Gable says you're not worthy for him to come out. You shouldn't have the Intercontinental title. The feud never over until he gets the title. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. Now, Sami Zayn tries to convince Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine, man, y'all are better than this. Y'all don't have to deal with Chad Gable stuff. I dealt with this with the Bloodline, man. Y'all could get away from Chad Gable. He's bad for you. While he's starting to try to play the verse psychology thing, Chad Gable comes out, attacks Sami Zayn from behind, starts beating him up. Now he's asking people to jump in, and you know, he's like talking shit to Tozawa, talking shit to Otis. Then Otis is like going back and forth. Chad Gable is telling Maxine, man, get your ass up out of here. Otis is starting to get pissed. Then Otis stands up to Chad Gable, at least for a few seconds. So as soon as he stood up to Chad Gable, the crowd popped. So you know at the end when that happens, it's gonna be gold. When Chad Gable and Otis fight, that's gonna be gold. The crowd pops for it. And Otis changed his mind. He picks up Sami Zayn, boom, slams him on the ground, and just to confirm his allegiance is still with Chad Gable. And I love this storyline. I love what WWE is doing with this storyline. Maxine Dupri, I don't want to hear nothing about her. She's been A1. No botch, no slip up on a promo. Her acting has been A1. Now, this is the thing I don't like about you internet people. When Maxine goes out and she botches and she fucks up, we have a big roar and people are bitching about it. People are complaining. But when Maxine goes out and pulls off week in and week out incredible promos, incredible acting, all I hear is crickets. Come on, man, give that woman her respect. Maxine Dupri is doing a more than exceptional job at this whole storyline, at being a part of this storyline. Of course, it's Chad and Otis is the main stars, but Maxine Dupri is, without her, the storyline isn't as interesting. Next, this is another good one. I ain't gonna lie, this was a solid night of Raw. We got Bron Breaker versus Ricochet. They have an incredible match. Bron Breaker selling is just, oh man, he's incredible. I haven't seen a lot of wrestlers who could just be dominant in the ring, but also sell their ass off, like equally as good though. You usually got one really better than the other, or it's like sometimes it could go either way. No, Bron Breaker can really be dominant, A+ level. Bron Breaker could really sell at an A+ level, and he put it on display at this match with Ricochet. Ricochet comes out, he's selling the ribs from getting speared backstage, so his ribs are still hurt, bruised, but he's still gonna go in this match. He got Bron Breaker with a lot of good hits, and kind of thought Ricochet probably gonna pull it off. They pan the camera to Samantha Irwin. She's just sitting there looking pissed off. Bron Breaker, of course, gets the momentum, starts targeting the ribs, and it's over from there. He about to beat up Ricochet even more. He slams him in the steps. Now the whole security tries to stop Bron Breaker before it gets any worse. Then Ilya Dragunov comes out, and now that that sets them up for a match next week. Bron Breaker versus Ilya Dragunov, which should be a great match. Just like this one, I got Bron Breaker going over though again. I like the momentum they're doing with him, but it's going to be a great match. Ilya Dragunov, great worker. Now, this is setting up for an obvious triple threat match. Bron Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, and Ricochet. It is going to be, what they say, a banger. It's going to be one of those matches, a banger. Guaranteed, though. Braun Strowman versus Carlito. Braun Strowman completely dominated this match. It wasn't even close. Carlito, I don't even know why he was in the ring with Braun Strowman. He just completely beats up the whole Judgment Day by himself. Now, Dominik Mysterio comes out of nowhere, boom, targets the knee of Braun Strowman, and Jade he hit Braun Strowman with a chair or something crazy. Boom, they hit him in his chest. Boom, start hitting him like 20 times with the chair, targeting the knee and all, man. So they finally got up with Braun Strowman, jumped him pretty good, and the beef continues between Judgment Day and Braun Strowman. Where this going, I don't know. Now, Jade, Cardgill, Bianca Belair comes out looking like absolute stars. These women are bona fide stars, and look back at my old videos, I've been told y'all that. They cut a promo out, they call out Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and they have a tag team match for the titles. A solid match. Jade Cargill is getting better, like I told y'all. I didn't see not one botch, not one slip up, not one nothing in this match. Perfection. I could be wrong. Maybe I missed something. Y'all let me know. But from what I've seen, Jade Cargill performed at a prestige level. Like I said she would. She just needed to get the reps in. Bianca's about to hit the KOD on Zoe, Bud, Fire, and Dawn in a row. I don't even know who these women are. Like, are they on the main roster NXT? Who are these women? Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair are two bona fide stars. How did these two bony ass women come through and could do anything with Jade and Bianca? I think they need to be dominating the division. If they get jumped, if they lose, it needs to be like literally 10. It need to be Damage Control, Shayna, Zoe, these two girls. It need to be everybody going against these women because they're that level. You gotta book them that strong. The main event, Damian Preist versus Rey Mysterio. Now, y'all know I don't like these type of matches. When they have two totally different weight classes. Rey Mysterio's half Damian Priest size. Rey Mysterio is 50 fucking years old. Damian dominates most of the match. What I did like, if you're gonna do this, at least make it a little bit realistic. So he does dominate most of the match. Finn and JD come out again. Like, huh? Like, what the fuck? Y'all cannot write anything for Judgment Day without somebody interfering? Y'all don't understand how fucking redundant that is? I hope WWE stops doing that. We seen the Judgment Day all night. Every single time somebody else is interfering in somebody else's match is okay. I get it. Heels are supposed to do that. It's fucking old at this point. Dragon Lee then starts to help Rey Mysterio fight off the Judgment Day. Damian hits Rey. This was crazy though. Rey sitting at the top turnbuckle. Damian Priest, boom, hits Rey Mysterio with the South of Heaven from the top rope. Looked like it hurt. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest won. Drew McIntyre comes out from the crowd, hits Damian Priest with the future shot, then starts beating up Judgment Day. So before they beat up Braun Strowman, they got up with Braun Strowman. He goes to put Damian through the announcer table. He's barking at Michael Cole, get a little bit distracted. Damian Priest counters, South of Heaven through the announcer table, and Judgment Day takes over Raw, and it goes off like that. This was a solid episode of Raw. I stayed up the whole time. I didn't really doze off. I was engaged the whole time. I was interested the whole time. And I was expecting a show that was going to suck. But this didn't suck as bad as like last week or maybe the week before too. This was an okay show. It wasn't like the greatest ever at all, you know. But if it's just a little attempt, just give me a little bit. That's all I ask for WWE. Just give me a little bit to work with. It's just annoying when they give me nothing to work with. But if they give me a little bit to work with, I could work with it. And that's what they gave me tonight. They gave me a little bit to work with. So it's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. That was your Raw Rapid Recap. I'ma see y'all Friday for SmackDown. Might have some extra content coming. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate it. We're closing in on 7. We got like 660 something. We're closing in on the 7. So appreciate y'all engaging, commenting, liking, subscribing, all that good shit. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Blah.